Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in. My name is Reverse Synth. If you're new here, you probably don't know, but I'm a huge Warhammer fan, okay? I've always been a huge Warhammer fan. I'm still a huge Warhammer fan. Some frequent viewers know I've already made a couple videos about Warhammer, so if you are new here, please check my other videos out. They're not essential. You don't have to watch my other Warhammer videos to watch this video, but they're kind of a good representation of who I am as a fan and what I know, because I get a lot of accusations that I'm a tourist in the Warhammer fandom and I don't actually know my stuff. But if you watch my other videos, you can just it lays it all out on the table. Okay, I know my stuff. I'm not a tourist. I'm a real, true, cold-blooded Warhammer fan. Okay, that's who I am. And because I love Warhammer, I have a couple criticisms about it. And one of the biggest criticisms I have is that there's a lot of racism in the Warhammer, just entire sphere, the Warhammer lore, the Warhammer fiction, but also in the Warhammer fan base. So that's going to be the topic of this video. We're going to be talking about the racism in Warhammer overall. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to get right into the nitty-gritty of this topic. Let's start with the lore, okay, the racism in the Warhammer lore before we get to the fan base, because that's going to be a whole different can of worms to open up there. But basically, in Warhammer, straight up, I mean, for example, the Space Marines. Where are the black Space Marines? Where is the people of color Space Marines? Representation for people of color. Where are the Mexican Space Marines? The Indian Space Marines? They're most of the Space Marines are white, straight males, cis males. Okay, white cis males, right? Where are the people of color representation, the POC? Okay, I know I'm going to be called out for trying to make Warhammer woke and DEI, but it's just the truth, you know? A lot of us Warhammer fans are people of color, so it's strange that there's not any representation for us, specifically in the Space Marines, because that's kind of the big popular faction or fraction, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to say words. Okay. Anyways, I only drank like 5 beers before starting this video. But yeah, that's a big kind of Warhammer thing. You think that the Space Marines would have some more people of color representation, but they don't, and they also don't have any women representation. Where's the women at? I made a whole video about how there's no representation. There's a lot of misogyny in the Warhammer fiction. There's no women in the Space Marines, and I don't really get that, because a lot of Warhammer fans are also women too, and there's no women in the Space Marines. They're mostly just, again, white straight males. And again, I say white straight males because a lot of them aren't gay. There should be some more gay representation, right? There should be more trans representation, more LGBTQ representation in general. Like, where are the pansexual Space Marines? Am I right? Am I right, y'all? I mean, come on. Like, these are some things that need to be changed, really. And I think there's a lot of racism towards the Tyranids too in the Warhammer lore. Like, I know they're enemies of us, and I know like they're these big like gross monsters or whatever, but the Tyranids, you know, they're people too. Okay, we should treat them like people. We shouldn't be calling them slurs and stuff. We should be, you know, not trying to wipe them out. Like, they deserve equal representation in the lore, and they deserve equal rights too. I think Tyranids and the Space Marines, like the entirety of the Warhammer lore, I think they deserve equal rights with each other. Okay, that's how it should be. You know who else deserves equal rights? Dracula and all the entire like the Universal movie monsters. Like they all deserve equal rights with each other. You know what I mean? Because if you watch any of those crossover movies like Hotel Transylvania or any other movie that involves the Universal movie monsters, you know, Frankenstein, Dracula, the fucking Wicked Witch of whatever, Wicked Bitch of the West, the Wolf Man and stuff like that, the creature from the Black Lagoon, all those motherfuckers, you realize that they don't have a lot of equal footing in society. Okay, but also with each other too. Like Dracula, for example, rules over the entire monster kingdom, all the monsters in general. And I think that there should be equal monster representation. You know, in the monster government, why do we got one guy who's been reigning supreme for over 100, 200 years, however long ago the Dracula book was written? It's crazy that it's just him ruling. Like, why can't Frankenstein be a ruler for a little bit? Why can't the witch be a ruler, right? Why can't the Wolfman be a ruler? Because he's a furry? You tell me furries can't be rulers? Like, I don't understand. They can't be presidents or whatever. Like, there's plenty of furry. Like, our current president of the United States, Donald Trump, he's a furry. So it should be a thing in the monster universe. Why can't Godzilla be the president? Why does Dracula have to be the president? It makes no sense at all. It really doesn't. Actually, it's really funny. I got a question for you folks that made this far in the video. Do you think that Dracula or Godzilla would win in a fight? Honestly, like I know Godzilla's like really big, but Dracula can turn into a bat. So I think that like he wins because he can turn into a bat. And I think anyone who can turn into a bat is really cool. Like I wish I could turn into a bat, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, I think that Dracula would probably suck Godzilla off. Like I feel like Godzilla would try to like kill Dracula because he's huge and obviously he can breathe fire and shit. But like I feel like Dracula would turn into a bat and Dracula as a bat would suck Godzilla off and kill him. So I feel like Dracula would win that fight. So maybe Dracula deserves to be the president of the monster universe. Maybe he does deserve to do that. But I still think it should be equal. I mean, my favorite monster is the creature from the Black Lagoon. I think he's pretty cool because I too come from a Black Lagoon. My mom's pussy, she's a black woman, so I come from her Black Lagoon. So I wish that I could I wish he could be the president of the monster universe, not just Dracula. So maybe one day we'll get there, but unfortunately we have a long fight. We have a long road ahead, a long fight for us monster people. Man, I wish I had a girlfriend. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Warhammer. Yeah, I talked about a little bit of the racism in the Warhammer universe, like the fictional lore, but I also think we should talk about the fan base because a lot of the Warhammer fans are. I'm gonna be straight with you. They are certain people that I don't want this video getting blocked. I can't say certain words, but they really like a man who has a mustache and marched on Poland back in the 1930s, 40s, wherever. Okay, they like Hitler. Okay, they're Nazis. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of Warhammer fans are Nazis. I know that a lot of people out there call, liberals and shit like that, they call anyone that they disagree with a Nazi. But to be honest with you, that's not me. I don't feel like I don't call all my enemies Nazis because, not everyone's a Nazi. I think it diminishes the word Nazi by calling everyone you disagree with. Oh, that guy's a Nazi, that guy's a Nazi. But no, Warhammer fans, a lot of them are Nazis. They have the imagery of Nazis, and the reason why I say that, and I have hard evidence of this, is because when I was playing Space Marines 2, which is a really shitty game, by the way, go watch my review of Space Marines 2, or Space Marine 2, whatever, plural. It's a really bad game, regardless. But I was playing that game, and I was playing like the multiplayer mode, and one of the people online that I played with, he was a German guy, obviously, because he kept yelling 999 every time there was a fucking Tyranid on the screen. And he would always just say that. And honestly, like we all know the Germans were the Nazis back in the day. So I just think that there's obviously like a big like white savior complex going on in the Warhammer community, and I think it is pretty sad, honestly, because it shouldn't be like that at all. All right, all Warhammer fans are equal. Also, as you can see, the footage you're currently watching is the Power Wash Simulator game. I'm playing the Warhammer DLC. I spent $8 of my cold-hearted cash, $8 out of my pocket that I don't have right now because I'm broke as shit right now. I'm actually recording this video from a cardboard box on the fucking streets of Las Vegas. So that's why I'm really hyped up right now too, because I smoked some crack off some homeless guy earlier. It's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was pretty good. But so I spent $8 for this fucking DLC for this game I hate. I don't like Power Wash Simulator. Honestly, it's really fucking boring. I'm pretty I'm into games that are pretty boring, I guess you could say, or they're like stereotype is boring. Stuff like Stardew Valley and Viva Pinata and Animal Crossing. Those games are kind of these life simulator games. I like those games actually, but I cannot fucking deal with Power Wash Simulator. It's really bad. It's really boring. Like I literally almost fell asleep while recording this footage. So that's why I just wanted to address that, what you're watching, in case you guys didn't know and wanted to buy this. Don't buy this game. Don't download it. And also don't buy the DLC for Warhammer because the DLC is really, really bad. It really is, because the DLC is bad and the game's bad. Anyways, yeah. If you made it this far into the video, I'm really impressed, but this was a big troll, obviously. Most of the comments are going to be from people that are going to be putting, they looked at the title of the video and they're going to be like, wow, you're a tourist and you're stupid and why would you say this kind of stuff? We don't need your DEI and you're woke and you're a woke liberal and stuff. I'm going to get a lot of those comments. I just know it, because people are going to look at the title of the video and listen to the first 2 minutes of the video and then comment right away whatever they want. But this video is a troll, obviously. Most people know this, and I've trolled in the past before as well. That's who I am. I do shit post a lot, but I do make occasional real videos too. If you check my channel, not all my videos are shit posts, but it's really fun to troll the Warhammer fan base, because Warhammer fan base is very stupid, and they see any of these kind of clickbait titles like racism or misogyny Warhammer, and they click the video and then they watch it, and they don't even watch it, honestly. They click the video because of the title, and they'll write their big wall of text comments about how I'm wrong and stupid and all that kind of stuff. Which you'll probably see in this video. If I don't get those comments, I'll be very impressed. But yes, if you watch this far, and if you acknowledge that if you know that it's a troll, and you weren't rage baited by me, congratulations, you are smarter than the rest of the Warhammer fan base. Congrats, you get a gold star. Anyways, this is Reverse Synth. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time with a real video. Bye.